Dalai Lama quietly cancels scheduled meeting with JD Vance. At Ask Perplexity, at Ask Grok, is it true? No, it's not. And, 30 seconds of clicking on the Babylon Bee and looking at who that actually is would tell you that. You don't need an AI to tell you if something is satire or not. Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we're going to be taking a look at r/AteTheOnion, another sub that I haven't looked at in quite some time. This is a subreddit dedicated to people missing satirical posts, to people seeing something from most famously The Onion, but also the Babylon Bee or the Halfway Post or anything like that, thinking that it's real news and spreading it around going, whoa, this is crazy, guys. Very quickly before we begin, I just wanted to mention that on Monday, my first YouTube member and patron only video went up. If you would like to catch that video, you can join either my YouTube memberships or my Patreon for only £1 a month to get the minimum required level. So do consider that if you would like to. No pressure if not, however, but there will be one going up every single week. So if you join, you'll get 4 extra videos every month and you get the entire back library. So if you join in the future, you'll get all of the previous videos. Anyway, let's get into the subreddit, shall we? Breaking news: the Sam Adams rebrand. Sam Adams rebrand as Samantha Adams in bold inclusivity. It's not a very funny joke. So let me get this straight. Sam Adams helped found a country through tea in a harbor, and now you're telling me she did it in a bodice and with conditioned curls? What's next? Pauline Revere riding side saddle screaming, "The people identifying as British are coming. I just want my beer to taste like hops, not a history debate." So obviously it's satire and it's not a real thing that's happening, but if you just want your beer to taste like hops and don't want to have a history debate, then why do you care what the character that portrays a beer is? If you like a beer, enjoy it for the taste. I have never bought a single beer and gone, yeah, I don't really like the beer, but I really like the character that they used to advertise the beer. No, if any of the beers that I really liked suddenly rebranded and changed their main character or changed their icon or any of that stuff, I wouldn't give a shit as long as the beer tasted the same. I simply wouldn't care. But this guy's like, I don't want a history debate, which is why I'm involving myself in the history debate. Like, you clearly do care about more than your beer just tasting like hops if you're getting this aggro about them changing their character. Grocery store meat section misted with blood every few minutes. Sounds like a deep fake. The health department would be all over them, at least in US and Canada. I mean, it's not what deep fake means, but I respect the unwillingness to believe everything they see. This one's not really an AteTheOnion. Thinking about it, I don't really know why this is posted here because this guy is clearly saying, I don't believe this. So yeah, it is straight up The Onion as well, but not a deep fake, but I respect the, what's the word? Skepticism. That's the word I was trying to think of this whole time. I respect the skepticism. Democrats propose building wall to keep white immigrants out. Wow, it's the Babylon Bee. Who could have guessed? Unfunny as always. Speaking of unmitigated irony, he says, as if this is a real thing. It's not. They have probably already started a GoFundMe. Now this one's the true irony here. Speaking of unmitigated irony, because it's Republicans who in later years have been using a lot of GoFundMes to fund things. The most recent high-profile case is a woman called a child the N-word and then promptly raised $500,000 on GoFundMe. Another case was there was a couple in their car rapping along to Kanye's KKK song and decided to start a GoFundMe to fund their new house. In previous years, we also had the GoFundMe behind Kyle Rittenhouse, which raised quite a lot of money. So, it's always conservatives going out and being inflammatory, then acting like the victim and raising a lot of money on GoFundMe. And this person's here going, the Democrats have already probably started a GoFundMe. Just completely lacking in any self-awareness. But there's more. We found out what kind of refugees the Democrats don't want here. White ones. They are the true racists. Except that it's fake. And someone else said, it's Babylon Bee, genius. Got downvoted. To which the OP replied with, 0 days without seeing a woke leftist being triggered. And someone else is like, triggered once again. It's like, is it triggered to be pointing out that the post that you're claiming is real is satire? I think that's just common sense. I mean, I'm aware that Republicans lack common sense. When you build your entire personality out of, oh, triggered the liberals, then yeah, you end up with a shit government and you take satirical posts at face value. But it's common sense that someone would go, oh, this isn't real, and you'd go, triggered you, as if you weren't acting like this is a real thing. Oof, a spicy one and a mild one. Breaking, a televangelist claims Snickers candy bars are made by Satan to resemble penises with their vein-like chocolate design, and that's why he got caught accidentally blowing black trucker at highway rest stop. Homophobic evangelical pastor apologizes for accidentally doing a sodomy. I wiped. But in all seriousness, this was posted to Atheist Memes. It's a meme account. I'm pretty sure this isn't an Ate the Onion. This is another one that's posted here that I don't really think they ate the onion. But now this one's fun because of one, where it's posted, and two, what the subject is. So this was posted to r/NotTheOnion. Texas man sues Whataburger for nearly $1 million after burger had onions on it. Now, this is a real story. This isn't an Ate the Onion, and it was posted to Not the Onion because it's a real story that's so ridiculous you'd think it was satire. However, it was posted to Ate the Onion because the subject is that a man bought a burger and ate it and it had onions on it. So, I mean, it's not wrong. He ate the onion. And also the fact that it was posted to Not the Onion, which is a page dedicated to posts that seem like they would be onion posts, but are actually real. So it's posted to Not the Onion, but the subject is that a guy ate an onion. There's just layers. There's layers to it, like onions. Top evangelical leaders around the country say they're beginning to feel used after Donald Trump has not answered any of their phone calls since winning re-election. And then this was posted to r/leopards eat my face. They should have known the devil is a liar. It's satire, it's the halfway post, and this is a really easy one to tell is satire because evangelical leaders don't hold enough self-awareness to be like, Donald Trump's not returning my calls. No, they're too busy still licking Donald Trump's ass and claiming that he's the second coming of Christ, regardless of literally anything that man does. Because this is going to be a crazy thing, right? But evangelicals are not really as religious as they claim. They make a frack ton of money, and putting Donald Trump in power means that they make a frack ton more. That's all it's about. And yet people still buy the grift of evangelicals. People still buy it. They buy the televangelists. They buy these massive million-person festivals where a guy shows off his watch and talks about his plane. Like, there's a reason they support Trump, the guy that's just out to make rich people richer. Democrats order flags to be flown at half-staff as Trump's still alive. Arrest them all for treason. It's the Babylon Bee again. It's the Babylon Bee. It's not real. It's not real. I mean, at this point, who that's involved with politics doesn't know what the Babylon Bee is? I'm not even American, and yet I know who the Babylon Bee, an American political satire page is. You know, Republicans and Trump supporters try and get past the whole, like, you know, them being uninformed idiots who don't research anything, but they can't get past that view because they'll post the Babylon Bee and claim that it's real because they haven't researched it and they're stupid. Like, if you want to get past those allegations and try and act like you actually put the research in and hold views that are backed by facts, you're going to have to start putting in the research and holding views that are backed by fact and not by satire sites. Trump assures nation that he'll get back around to demonizing trans people again soon enough. Can't come soon enough. No such thing as a trans anything unless it's trans fat. First of all, again, not real. The account that posted it is literally called The Misinformer. It can't get any more obvious than that. The only site that is more obviously satire than The Misinformer is the Dunning-Kruger. Like, but also, no such thing as trans. Regardless of whether you believe that being trans is a mental illness, because a lot of Republicans are like, trans mental illness, it still exists. Whether you actually think that someone can change gender transgender or not, the fact that they are trans is still a thing. Regardless of whether you agree with it or not, that still exists. Doge found this little gem while doing a general audit of the GSA, the agency that acts as the country's checkbook and accounts receivable department. The scam was perfect. Put in a receipt for something, in this case an entire state dinner, then have someone hit the recurring box. With nobody watching, nobody would ever know. Until now, the payments have been cancelled and she's not the only one. There it is, the Dunning-Kruger times. Michelle Obama has been receiving nearly $122,000 payment from the GSA since 2009. This person's acting like this is a real thing that Doge has definitely caught. It's posted to the fucking Dunning-Kruger times. Named after the Dunning-Kruger effect, that thing where people that know shit all think that they know a lot more than they do. It's the most ironic satire page to be posting as fact. But also, they really think that a governmental agency in charge of funding government employees and paying people involved in the government would just have a recurring box that you can tick on any payment. They think that it would just be that easy. But no, the reality is Doge hasn't found shit at all. They haven't saved any money. In fact, they've cost more money than they've saved. And they accidentally released the location of a black site because when selling government agencies, they just did a word search for black. Yeah, really effective, huh? Most people just throw out their pizza bones, but there's a ton of flavor still in there. Now, this one's amazing because this is The Onion and the article's titled "Pizza Crust Saved to Make Pizza Stock." And a person didn't necessarily buy this one. However, Meta AI bought this one and thought, yeah, how to make pizza stock, benefits of using pizza crust. Like, this is the reason that you shouldn't rely on AI. And in fact, this is the reason that social media need to stop pushing their really shitty AI systems onto us, because they suck. They aren't helpful. This is a satire post meant to be a joke, and your AI is here taking it seriously and recommending search questions for you. Stupid. Stop giving a stupid AI that nobody wants and nobody uses. Sweating, RFK Jr. performs self-surgery to extract Big Mac from stomach. I don't think that would be necessary. One hamburger is not going to kill you. Psst, look at what sub you're on. r/AteTheOnion. How do you end up on r/TheOnion and still eat the onion? I don't... How does that happen? Our decision to mute all of Mr. Lamar's lyrics was prompted by their incendiary subject matter, which we determined was unbefitting of our broadcast. Fox bleeps out entire Kendrick Lamar performance. That's a lie. I was watching it on Fox and it was not muted. Granted, I can't understand rap, too much fast talk but the beat I enjoyed. If you know it's a lie, you know that this isn't true because you saw the broadcast on Fox News. Would you not possibly look at who posted the article and maybe go, where did they get this info from? Oh, I've clicked on their website and now I know it's satire. Wow. Like it really isn't hard to look at a news article and research whether or not it's satire. It's not hard. But that's where I'm going to end the video, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. As always, if you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally click on that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. But a huge, massive special thank you to all of the wonderful YouTube members and patrons that do support me. All of your names are up on screen right now. It genuinely means so much, and it genuinely helps so much. To anybody that is supporting me, or to anybody that would like to support me, you will now be getting one extra video every week that is dedicated specifically to YouTube members and patrons, so do consider joining it for that. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.